It's been more than a week since the grim timeline and the embarrassing investigative oversight by multiple agencies in the tragic case of Noelle O'Soup were made public, and still, silence. From virtually every agency that dropped the ball, from the day this 13-year-old vanished from foster care to the discovery of her decomposed remains, which went overlooked for months inside a cramped unit in this Vancouver housing complex, alongside those of a woman in her 30s.
The person who went without a name for, up until this moment for me. Who is she? Who are her people? Why didn't we matter? Why didn't any of us matter?
Global News has learned she, that second dead female, is closely related to a serving member of the Vancouver Police Department, which has repeatedly refused comment on this case, as one of its own officers grieves the loss of a loved one, and another now faces a neglect of duty probe by the Office of the Police Complaint Commissioner.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who mentioned it smells like death.
Finna Riley is one of multiple residents of this privately owned single-room occupancy building who raised repeated concerns of an overwhelming stench emanating from Unit 16, where we now know the tenant, a man in his 40s, had been living alongside those decomposed remains for weeks, if not months, before his own sudden death.
I talked to the person who was supposed to run the place. Hey man, smells like death in the hallway, smells like death in the hallway. You should just find out what's the deal with the trash in there. It smells like death in the hallway. And I was just being off the cuff. It smells bad, really bad. I didn't realize that it was actual death.
Something Global News has learned the BC Coroners Service didn't realize initially either, because according to sources, the coroner did not show up when that tenant died suddenly in February, meaning nobody conducted a thorough search of the suite until cleaning crews did more than 2 months later. Only then finding those other two bodies, the deaths of both females, considered suspicious.
One of the things that hopefully are able to be provided as this case is examined is that we find out exactly how it happened, what mistakes were made, why things went wrong.
The coroner won't comment on this case, setting a still open investigation. But when asked if the service's mandate to attend all sudden unnatural deaths has changed, confirmed it has not, telling Global News, coroners are expected to attend the scene of any reported death that appears to meet the criteria for investigation. There are rare instances in which we are unable to physically attend the scene, adding, suspected illicit drug toxicity deaths are handled in the same manner as all other investigations. Whenever possible, coroners attend the scenes of death and direct the post-mortem processes.
That really ticks me off big.
For this neighbor, the investigative oversight at seemingly every turn is infuriating.
If this building was in West Vancouver, they would have turned that room over within 24 hours. We live here in East Vancouver where we don't matter. They didn't matter.
But to her, not surprising. Sarah McDonald, Global News.